Hello! Welcome to this week's video. For this week, we are doing another edition of Speed Dating My TBR. This is episode 8. If you are new here, what we do is we grab 4 books from that giant thing, and we read either the prologue, first 10 pages, or first chapter, whichever is shorter. And we decide if it is going to go back on that giant thing or if it is going to be sent to a new home in the hopes of lessening that giant thing. So let's just sort of get started. We got 4 books here, and I'm going to show you what they are. We have Amanda Ashley's Deeper Than the Night, and yeah, there we are. There we are. And Lorraine Heath, who is an auto-buy author from me, I love her. Beauty Tempts the Beast. Sadly, no insert cover there, but does have her other sort of covers for her other books. A Harlequin Presents The Italian's Unexpected Bebe by Kate Hewitt. And finally, The Laura Merline by Anne Melville. So let's start with Amanda Ashley's Deeper Than the Night. And I will read the back blurb for you. The townsfolk of Moulton Bay said there was something otherworldly about Alexander Claiborne. Some people whispered that with his dark, arresting features and mesmerizing eyes, the seductive stranger looked every inch a vampire. They never guessed how near the truth they were, or that after more than 200 years of resisting temptation, Claiborne had found a woman he had to possess. Never one to be scared off by superstitious lore, Kara Crawford laughed at the local talk of creatures lurking in the dark. What harm could come of befriending the handsome stranger with the haunted look in his midnight eyes? No matter what shadowy secrets Alexander hid, Kara felt drawn to him, compelled to join him beneath the silver light of the moon, where they would share a love deeper than the night. And I always read the first line. This is published in 1996. First line. I'm looking for the vampire. The heroine's little sister, who's about like 9, has come to the hero's house looking for the vampire because her sister was in a car accident. Kara, the heroine, was in a car accident, and the little sister thinks that if the vampire goes to the hospital and bites her, she won't die. Oh. Oh, I don't even have to. Yeah, 2 pages in, I don't even have to read anymore. This is a keeper. I'm gonna continue with this. I love it. I love it so far. I don't even need to read anymore. Oh, that scene just got me. And yeah, I like the writing style very much so far. So yeah, definitely. Next we have Lorraine Heath, Beauty Tempts the Beast, which I'm optimistic about because Lorraine Heath is an auto-buy author for me. Just take a drink here and read the back blurb. Althea Stanwyck was a perfect lady, destined to marry a wealthy lord, until betrayal left her family penniless. Though she's lost friends, fortune, and respectability, Althea has gained a scandalous plan. If she can learn to seduce, she can obtain power over men and return to society on her terms. She even has the perfect teacher in mind, a man whose sense of honor and dark good looks belie his nickname, Beast. Benedict Truelove, that last name, may not know his parentage, but he knows where he belongs, on the dark side of London, offering protection wherever it's needed. Yet no woman has ever made such an outrageous request as this mysterious beauty. Althea is out of place amongst vice and sin, even if she offers a wicked temptation he can't resist. But as the truth of his origin emerges at last, excuse me, let's try that again. But as the truth of his origin emerges at last, it will take a fierce, wild love to overcome their pasts. And good heavens, Lorraine Heath has such a huge backlist. Like, I had no idea. My goodness. I fell in love with her books when I read To Marry an Heiress. I love that book so much. It's got a place on my keeper shelf. I absolutely adore it. This one was published in 2020. Dedications to Lenora Bell, who I also, I believe, have on my TBR. First line reads, "The frantic knocking woke Eddie Truelove from her first restful sleep in days." Oh boy. Okay. So yes, definitely want to continue on with this one. Uh, in the prologue, we have Etty Truelove, who is a woman who takes in. I I think she has 4 children or 4 children that she's taking care of, because she is a sort of baby. Uses the term baby farmer, but I don't really like, that's not the best term. Basically, she takes in, and she's kind of like a foster mother. She takes in babies that either are abandoned, or um, the mother at the time is not able to care for them. But and then, like, either they come back for them later, or they don't come back for them, and then I think she has to, like, find them another home or something. So this woman shows up with this infant baby, and gives him, to Eddie, and the baby is our hero, Benedict, and promises that she's going to come back for him in a few weeks, because she wants to protect him, or she just gives Eddie enough money to feed him for a few weeks, because I guess maybe that's all she has. But she does intend to come back for the baby, because she wants to protect him from those that wish him harm. He was a baby that was born out of wedlock. And again, society. So she gives the baby to Eddie to take care of for a little while, supposedly, for a little while. And I'm guessing that since Benedict grows up not knowing where he came from, maybe, and he has Etty's last name, which is Truelove, I'm guessing that the mother didn't come back for him. Um, and she seemed to like, she wasn't sort of like getting rid of him, like she was glad to be rid of him. She was sad about having to leave him, and she was so like um, insistent that she was going to come back for him. So I worry that maybe something happened to her, like maybe she died and couldn't come back for him. But yeah, definitely, definitely gonna continue on with this one. I have to drink water here. The next one is Kate Hewitt's The Italian's Unexpected Baby. And it's a Harlequin Presents, as you can see. It published in 2019. So let me read the back. Having escaped the streets of Rome, Alessandro runs a multi-billion-dollar empire with a control that is world-renowned. Yet Mia, his new forthright executive assistant, threatens that control, and soon their fiery exchanges explode into unrivaled passion. Mia is wary of trusting others, so when Alessandro coolly dismisses her after their night together, she dares not tell him she's pregnant. But on learning her secret, he's determined to legitimize his child. Mia's priority is her daughter, but can she let Alessandro in when it means risking her heart? I know some people don't like secret babies. I love secret babies. The first line is, he's coming. Well, apparently, because you got pregnant. I'm sorry. I'm not really, but I'm sorry. I don't know. This one I think is a no, just because the first few pages, it's like he's coming, and he's like, there's a little bit sprinkled in of like her like instant attraction to him and everything, but it's really kind of info dumpy about like his business, how he is as a businessman, and how she is at her job. So it didn't really draw me in, and yeah. So I think this one's going to be a no. This one's going to be a no. Sadly, so that one's going to go off to a new home. And finally, we have Anne Melville's The Lorimer Line. And let's get the black back blurb here. The Lorimers are one of the richest, most powerful Bristol families. When Margaret Lorimer, the daughter of the autocratic chairman of Lorimer's Bank, asks her father if she can marry a comparatively humble young Scot, he does not put up the resistance she was expecting. Indeed, John Junius Lorimer has plans for David Gregson, which involve a dramatic change in his circumstances. But John Junius's plans are more complicated and more risky than they seem on the surface. The Lorimer Line is the enthralling first volume in the sequence which chronicles the lives and fortunes of the Lorimer family from the 1870s to the present day. You know I love me my family sagas. So let's... so there's like 6 books in the series. There's the first book, which is this one. Then it's the Lorimer Legacy, Lorimer's in Love, Lorimer's at War, Last of the Lorimers, and then the Lorimer Loyalties. And this one was published in first published in 1977. So this is the second printing, I believe, because this edition was published in 1986, but first published in 1977. And the first line reads, on a stormy day in 1677, the prologue starts way back. On a stormy day in 1677, a red-headed young captain named Brinsley Lorimer set sail from Bristol. Oh, he's instantly setting sail to sell his cargo in exchange for slaves. Here we are. Although Samuel's wife was rarely without a small black boy in handsome livery to run her errands and amuse her with his antics, the word slave was never mentioned in the magnificent drawing room of the mansion. Yeah, too much. We're not doing that. I was willing to go with he went on the ship, like he got a ship to sell his cargo in exchange for slaves, because 1600s, fine. But just the fact that, like, he got just the fact that, like, he and his wife, like, would talk about this, like, black boy that was sort of like her companion to like amuse her with his antics, and yet they never use the word slave. It's like, well, what the hell did you think he was? He's not your child, he's not your friend. Like, he is what he is. You have a slave. I, so yeah, that just I, I don't know. That just bothered me, because I've read novels where the slaves have good relationships with their masters, where, like, the masters do treat them well and don't beat them, and the only negative is that they are a slave and they are not free, but they are treated in better conditions than some other slaves. I have read that, but this one just sort of, I don't know, it made me feel icky. That he was there to amuse her with his antics, like he was a monkey. No, yeah, like it could have. And what also didn't help is just the very info dumpy. Like, the whole prologue is basically the head guy begat this guy, then begat that guy, then this guy did this, then this guy did that, then, like, just, it was a lot of, like, telling, sort of, and, like, not you're not like drawn into sort of the story. So that is very dry, basically. So that didn't work. So we have 2 yeses and 2 nos, which I consider that successful because, like, that's what I'm saying. Don't give me any reason, because I will take any reason not to read your book. Because I have so many books to get through. And, like, over there in that section that's off the screen that there are piles of. So don't give me any reason to move along. So we are keeping Amanda Ashley's Deeper Than the Night. That was, and to be fair, like, yeah, like, I love Lorraine Heath. She's an auto-buy for me. But this one was my favorite that I've read in this pile so far. But yeah, I love Lorraine Heath. But so we're keeping Deeper Than the Night and Beauty Tempts the Beast. And going off to a new home is The Italian's Unexpected Baby by Kate Hewitt and The Lorimer Line by Anne Melville. So that was a quick little video that didn't take too long at all. And that's always good. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you can continue on with more of Speed Dating My TBR as we make our way through that monstrosity there. So follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!